Apple's iPad lineup has always been confusing to some people because there are so many different models. The iPad Pro for professionals, the iPad Air for those who want a balance of performance and price, the iPad Mini for portability, and, of course, the budget-friendly standard iPad, the one most people buy. It's the iPad you see in schools, the one kids use for homework, the one families buy for entertainment, and the one millions of people around the world rely on every single day for browsing, streaming, note-taking, and even light productivity. Now, according to a recent accidental software leak from Apple, we finally have a much clearer idea of what's coming next for this beloved device. And I'll be honest, the iPad 12 looks like it's going to be the biggest leap forward in years for the entry-level iPad. In this deep dive, I'm going to walk you through every single new feature, hardware change, performance upgrade, and design update you should expect with the iPad 12. I'll also explain who should wait for it and who should instead grab the iPad 11 right now while it's still available for cheap prices online. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which iPad to buy depending on your budget, your needs, and how long you plan to keep your device. So, let's get into the details. Apple's accidental iPad 12. Leak. What happened? Not long ago, eagle-eyed developers, digging through Apple's latest software code, discovered hidden references to multiple upcoming Apple devices. These types of leaks are rare, but often very accurate, because they come directly from Apple's own system files rather than rumors or supply chain whispers. Buried in the code were hints about the upcoming iPad 12, alongside references to new iPad Mini and iPad Pro models. This confirms that Apple is actively testing the hardware and preparing software optimizations for its next wave of tablets. The most exciting part? The iPad 12 is expected to run on Apple's brand new A18 chip, the very same chip that powers the iPhone 16 series, Apple's current flagship smartphones. The A18 chip, a game changer for the budget iPad for years. Apple has had a pattern with its entry-level iPads. Instead of giving them the newest chip, they usually put in a processor that's a generation or two old. For example, the iPad 11 shipped with the A16 chip. That was fine. Plenty powerful for everyday use, but it was always clear that the cheaper iPad lagged behind the iPhones and iPad Pro models. This time, things are different. The iPad 12 will reportedly ship with the same A18 processor as the iPhone 16, which is a massive upgrade. To put this in perspective, the A18 chip is built on Apple's most advanced fabrication process yet, offering better power efficiency and faster performance. Compared to the A16 chip in the iPad 11, single-core performance jumps by around 27%, meaning apps will open quicker, browsing will feel smoother, and multitasking will be more seamless. Multi-core performance is up about 22%, which might not sound revolutionary, but it places the iPad 12 very close to the M1 chip, the same chip Apple used in the 2021 iPad Pro and MacBook Air. That's insane for a budget tablet. What does this mean in real life? Well, gaming will run smoother, apps like Photoshop or video editing tools will perform better, and the iPad will stay relevant longer before slowing down. This is a big deal because Apple's entry-level iPads are often used for years, sometimes 4, 5, or even 6 years, before people upgrade. With the A18, the iPad 12 will be future-proof for a long time. Graphics and gaming on the iPad 12 Apple has also improved the graphics performance by about 22%. That might not sound like a lot compared to the giant leaps we see with the iPad Pro, but for a budget iPad, it's impressive. Consider this. The iPad 11 already handled games like Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, and PUBG at high settings with smooth 60 FPS performance. With the A18 chip, the iPad 12 could finally push into the realm of more demanding games or higher frame rates. This is also important because Apple Arcade and cloud gaming services like Xbox Game Pass and GeForce Now are becoming more popular. The stronger GPU in the iPad 12 means that not only will native games run better, but streaming DOAA console-level games will also look cleaner and feel smoother. iPadOS 26 software. That unlocks more power. Of course, a powerful chip is only half the story. The other half is iPadOS 26, Apple's latest software update for iPads. For years, Apple has been criticized for holding back the budget iPads from advanced features like Stage Manager, external display support, and advanced multitasking. The company claimed that cheaper iPads didn't have enough power to handle those features. But now, with iPadOS 26, even the iPad 11 suddenly gained access to advanced multitasking, split-screen app use, floating windows, and more. This was a huge step forward because it essentially turned the budget iPad into a mini productivity machine. On the iPad 12, thanks to the A18 chip, these features will be even more fluid. Imagine being able to run a video call, notes app, and browser all at once without slowdowns. Connect your iPad to an external display for presentations. Use advanced apps like Affinity Designer, Procreate, or Final Cut for iPad without stuttering. In other words, the iPad 12 isn't just going to be a device for kids and casual use, it's shaping up to be a legitimate productivity tool for students, creators, and professionals who don't want to spend iPad Pro money. Apple's new wireless chips, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and modem. Another fascinating detail from the leak is that Apple is working on its own custom Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip for the iPad 12. Right now, Apple typically uses components from Broadcom, but by designing their own wireless chips, Apple can fully optimize how the iPad connects to the internet and accessories. We don't know yet if it will be Wi-Fi 6E or Wi-Fi 7, but we do know it will be more efficient, more reliable, and better integrated with iPadOS. This means faster connections, longer battery life, and fewer bugs with Bluetooth devices like keyboards, headphones, or styluses. On top of that, the iPad 12 is expected to include Apple's C1 modem, which debuted with the iPhone 16. This is Apple's in-house replacement for Qualcomm's 5G modems. Not only is it more power efficient, but because Apple controls the hardware and software stack, it can fine-tune everything for smoother performance. The bottom line, the iPad 12 could offer the best wireless experience of any iPad to date, even rivaling the Pro models. Should you buy the iPad 11 or wait for the iPad 12? Now comes the big question. Should you buy the iPad 11 right now while it's available for as low as $299 on Amazon, or should you wait for the iPad 12? Here are 3 reasons why buying the iPad 11 today might make sense. Price. The iPad 11 is heavily discounted right now. For under $300, you're getting a device with the A16 chip and full iPadOS 26 support. That's incredible value. Potential price increase for iPad 12. The iPad 12 could start at $400 or more, depending on tariffs and Apple's pricing strategy. If you're on a strict budget, waiting could actually cost you more. Multitasking. Support on iPad 11. With iPadOS 26, the iPad 11 now supports advanced multitasking. For the first time ever, the entry-level iPad feels almost as capable as an iPad Pro for everyday productivity. That being said, if you're not in a rush and can afford to wait, the iPad 12 will almost certainly be worth it. Between the A18 chip, new wireless chips, and improved efficiency, it's going to last longer and perform better for years to come. Other iPads revealed in the leak. Interestingly, the same software leak also revealed details about other upcoming iPads. iPad mini update. The iPad mini is expected to get the A19 Pro chip, the same one rumored for the iPhone 17 Pro. That's insane power in such a small form factor, making it arguably the best handheld gaming tablet in the world. iPad Air. Surprisingly, no leaks about the iPad Air were found, suggesting we might not see a new model until 2027, possibly with an OLED display. Massive iPad Pro. Apple's most powerful tablet line is getting a refresh soon, with the M5 chip, improved efficiency, and possibly thinner OLED displays. Expect this in October. Final thoughts, the iPad 12 could redefine Apple's budget tablet. To wrap things up, the iPad 12 is shaping up to be the most exciting budget iPad Apple has ever made. With the A18 chip, improved graphics, custom wireless chips, and iPadOS 26 unlocking pro-level features, it's going to blur the lines between budget iPad and Pro iPad more than ever before. If you need an iPad right now and are on a tight budget, the iPad 11 is still a fantastic choice, especially at its current price. But if you can wait until 2025, the iPad 12 could easily become the best value iPad in Apple's history.